When you mention India's northeastern states, the adjective beautiful almost inevitably finds its way into the same sentence. It happens quite naturally because these 7 states are well known for their rivers, waterfalls, wildlife, and of course stunning landscape. This part of the eastern Himalayas is remote and pristine, and it cradles dozens of unique tribal cultures. Tucked away among these hills lies the city of Shillong, capital of the state of Meghalaya. For several decades, it has been called the rock capital of India. Sometimes it seems that everyone in the city carries a guitar. In this city, the guitar is king.
Walk the streets of Shillong town to the busy streets in Cal.
Not long ago, guitarists from Shillong and from dozens of other places in the northeast came together to prove a point about their musical abilities.
Guinness Book of World Record haka guitar. So back in one lam sige guitar na job.
The participants that are far out there, I think we need to come up front. We need to be participating in this whole event together. Make sure you get your guitars tuned at the tuning station before you head here, okay? The record we're going for is the largest guitar ensemble. And the fact that there are people from all over Northeast who've come here, we are holding hands together and telling the whole world that, yeah, we in Northeast, we are also united apart from having 7 different states, we're all together, we're doing stuff together, and that's really important, I think, nowadays.
That's what I want to tell everyone is, you've got the talent, man. It's there. Everyone can play the guitar. We brag about it. Why not take it up seriously and make that a profession? Instead of cribbing about there being no concerts, no this, no that. We have to wake up and do it ourselves.
A lot of people don't know where Shillong is. They don't know where Meghalaya is. They don't know where Nagaland is. They don't know where Mizoram is. You know, it is very, very positive. And I'm happy that it's happening through music. I'm really happy.
We're all tribals. You have the Khasis from Meghalaya, the Jaintias, the Garos, you have the Arunachalis, you have the Manipuris, the Mizos, the Nagas, the Assamese. And all the cultures somehow have music as part of their culture, like dance, song, drums. When people sing, even without a guitar, very naturally they flow into harmonies. The harmonies come natural. If you've seen the Nagas on television or something, oh, 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 oh. Sometimes you get a 5-part harmony coming in over there. They don't know how to read or write music, but they know how to sing. They can sing.
Rudy Walang is a blues guitarist and songwriter. Tipriti Kharpangar, known as Tips, is a singer. The two of them run the blues band Soulmate. Soulmate has made a big name for itself. So much so, it's now difficult to find Rudy and Tips in Shillong. They are forever on the road, traveling tens of thousands of kilometers every month to play in cities across India.
Again.
In school, you know, they used to have Creation Week in St. Edmunds, and I remember the Creation Week is like when all students, like different classes, would have competitions, and they'd have prizes for them if you know to maybe create a song or write a poem or a story or do a play, theatre, whatever. So my dad wrote a song for me, and I wrote a song, and my song won. It was a gospel song, very simple, and you know, it was like very. Every night I hope and pray I'll meet you, Lord, someday. Rain's the only thing I can do. I'm hoping that my dreams will come true. But Lord, you know it ain't easy, though I'm trying hard every day. I'm getting closer to you, Lord, and I sure I'll be with you to stay. Something like that.
I was always the loudest. My dad would always, like, when we have a social gathering or anything, I'll always be in the front with my dad next to me. He'll be sing. Okay, he's playing the guitar, and then later on I took up the guitar, very small. Dad, teach me, what's this? Till now, I don't know what I'm playing, but I know where I place my hands. I don't know what chords am I playing. That's how I learned.
That is true. Sing it.
Stay away from me. Stay away from me. If you don't stay away from my door, I'm gonna set those hound dogs free.
I joined Great Society as a bass player. It was a major learning experience. See, those days, I mean, when you compare India right now, the way it is, the opportunities for bands and everything, and compared to those days, we would never ever think of going even playing in Calcutta, you know. So most of our gigs our learning ground, we used to have a lot of fates. And at that point of time, Lou was writing a lot of his own songs. I think we were one of the first bands, maybe in India, I think, that were doing original music at that point of time, you know.
We walk the streets of Shillong town to the busy streets in Cal. Came across those magic minstrels calling themselves Bow.
For many people and for many years, Shillong has been synonymous with Lou Majau. Lou is a legend, and so is his band Great Society. Lou is the granddaddy of music in the Northeast. Lou's home has always been called White Room. The color white represents openness, he says, and he loves the idea of musician friends hanging out here and making dreams come alive.
Searching for a dream, the one that I won't lose. But there's one too many dreams, and it's hard for me to choose, but I keep on searching. From the silver beaches of Goa, right down South Cochin, gonna hit another lonely town, to a place I've never been.
Lou's admiration for the music of Bob Dylan is well known, and some people call him the Dylan of the Northeast. He first organized a Bob Dylan concert in 1972, and since then it's become an annual ritual.
Searching for a dream, the one that Lou Majau can lose. But there's one too many dreams, Lord, it's hard for me to choose, but I keep on searching. That's what I've been doing all the time. My pockets are practically empty, except for toothpicks, which I'll need food first. But there's no money. If I can get money, if I have money, then definitely this White Room will be much bigger than this, so that, you know, the equipment will be in proper places, and then the books, everything, so it will be more comfortable. We need the space, we need the breathing space. A set of drums where a drummer can just walk in, but over here, if a drummer has to walk in, God knows how, he'll have to knock this cymbal, knock this guitar, you know, have to wedge in, you know, it's very difficult. So with money we can buy that. Be aware of who you are, be aware of what it is. For the curse it comes creeping in silence is worse than a Judas kiss. And if the pill and the needle don't kill, the abuse of sex it surely will.
The musicians of the Northeast are rooted in their region. Even as they try and develop audiences outside, They draw inspiration for their music from their immediate environment. The songs they write reflect their society and highlight their concerns. Gwyneth Molong is a songwriter who studied communications outside the Northeast, but returned to make her music here.
I'm basically an RJ in this station, local station. What I know about music, I want to share it with the listeners out there. I'm to you from Shillong, and this is the show that I call it High Noon, and I know that every time in every society, women have always been, prone to, the violence being inflicted. It's always women more than anything else, women and girls for that matter. And so every day it's always a case of minor rape, and so many things are happening to women and girls. I wrote a song, it's called Boys Don't Cry actually. And so from there, that was all about sexual injustice, also about sexual identity. So basically, those are the themes that I have been more drawn to it. Last night I had a dream, you standing by the shore. At 5 a.m. this morning, you came knocking on my door. You bought some cigarettes, sat there quietly. The fire in your eyes didn't seem the same to me. Then you spoke of the freedom that you long to believe. Things they wanted you to know, what you wanted them to see. Then you spoke of the masquerade that's slowly closing in. A fugitive, a runaway, why can't they let you in? No, boys, don't cry at all. They must be brave and strong and tall. I just can't bear to see you so small. Boys, don't cry at all.
In this region, rock music isn't confined only to the bigger cities. Talented rockers are to be found in the most unlikely of places. We met some in Difu, which is a small town in the tribal district of Karbi Anglong in Assam.
It's great, it's really great, and people of Difu is very fond of music. They are just musicians and very good listeners. And you will get a guitarist in every nook and corner of Difu.
Phu Ning Ding is known as Rocky Baba or just Babaji, which is a reference to his status as a man of religion. His name used to be Rongbir Ingti Kathar, and he says he was a good-for-nothing young man till one day he disappeared into a cave to meditate. When he emerged after 3 days, he was a changed man. Everything changed except his love for music.
Eternal one, can your reference be right now? How many days are rattling for me, for I can allow so soon to. Though any illusion of humans, she will have you
When you're in a deep music, you get the peace, you get that bliss, and peace and bliss you can find in music.
We got all our highs from music, so we don't get into addictions. So we got music is our addiction.
Yeah, I'm working on the song called Porom, and it's a Gayatri mantra. The song tells about the creation of this world, all this.
I'm a full-time musician, but as well as I work with human rights. I'm a joint convener for Karbi Human Rights Watch.
Let there be peace in the kingdom of heaven. Let there be peace on earth. Let there be peace in the nation. Let there be peace everywhere. Let there be peace in me and you, brothers, my sisters, my blood. I love you all.
Why not be good for this world's sake? Why not be good for your own sake? So that was the message of the song. And to communicate with people, if I turn these lyrics to a song, it's sweeter.
A short distance from Difu, at the other end of a long journey on a dusty highway, lies Dimapur. It is the commercial center of the state of Nagaland, which is known for its proud and colorful Naga tribes. The city has many musicians who combine their ethnic traditions with Western forms of music. Moa Subong and his wife Arenla run a band called Abiogenesis.
Abiogenesis is a biological word, and the meaning is it gives life to lifeless matters. So we were formed in the year 1991, and that period time there were many drug addicts and many succumbed to it. So we thought that through our music we should give life to the living dead. No? But the last year, the album which we released, the title of the album is Eon Spell, and one big break about it is it was listed for the 50th Grammy Awards.
Now we have entered into a, phase.
We put the message of peace in our songs too. Saramati Tears is one of those. Saramati is the highest peak in Nagaland. You can see every nook and corner of Nagaland, and it is very sad, and it's so sad that tears are coming out of Saramati. We are appealing for love, peace and harmony amongst the Naga people.
Two, 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 two.
All participants should be knowing what they're doing. They should be proficient in what they're playing and should take their signals from the guy on top here, from the leader up here. So kindly pay attention. While the judges come around, they'll be checking to see that you're in sync with each other.
Okay, at this point in time, I'd like to introduce the two judges that are with us today to witness this whole event on behalf of Guinness World Records. First, we have Mr. Bijonde Savian, who happens to be from the Indian Police Service, and he's the Director General of Police of the Government of Meghalaya. Our next witness and judge is Dr. Lapan Shai Seem. Can you give her a big hand, please? Okay, now we've done all the hard work, like I said. It's totally up to you. All the best.
I'm very proud to be a Shillongite, and Shillong is the place where music is concerned, and it's happening.
People don't have the confidence to come to Shillong or to any other state in Northeast because it's still basically all terrorism hit states, so they still don't have that confidence yet. So maybe by this type of music or organizing more music festivals, maybe people will gain more confidence, to come and visit beautiful places.
We came up with the idea of doing a guitar ensemble, and we thought probably in Shillong, or Northeast for that matter, every house probably has a guitar. So we thought that would be an easy record to break, but looking at the participation today, it looks like it's going to be a little tight.
Keith Walang was the organizer of the attempt to break the world record for the largest guitar ensemble. He's a musician himself, but nowadays he spends less time making music and more time helping other musicians develop their talent into a career.
Talent is readily available, I think. Here, people have got that inborn talent to sing and play guitar or play musical instruments as such. But when you're talking about it happening in the Northeast itself, I don't think it's really happening here. We are writing our songs. We have something to say, but we have no one to say it to because the situation was such over here that we couldn't even put up a concert. So that's when I decided to kind of stop playing and try and provide this platform for people to actually go out and sing.
What's happening now is
one of the musicians Keith manages, albeit informally, is Ruben Mashangwa. Ruben is from the Tangkhul tribe of Nagas and he lives in the state of Manipur. Sometimes his son Saka performs with him on stage. Ruben now regularly performs in cities outside the region. Ruben started out as a folk artist. He was given the honorary title of Guru under a Government of India scheme for furthering folk traditions. He has revived at least 2 traditional Naga instruments, but his liking for rock music doesn't let him live in the past.
Music is good communicate, and this is very the best food for the people. The music. Music is no harass, no harm. Music is peace. This I believe that. So many environmentalists give a speech in many occasions. So on then or not, I realized, yeah, exactly what they are talking about, what they are giving a lecture about. Even my village is just close by the Ukhrut town. Very close, but this is a jungle, big tree. And after 10 years, totally gone. It's just like become a bald head. This is a green home. It's in English version. Green home, green home, green home, green home. You are my life and my soul. You are my life and my soul. I hate for you to say goodbye to me.
A song called Naga Folk Blues and Shillong Folk Blues. You're a folk and guitar is a blues. And we're together, get together here. Thank you so much. Okay.
Look who turned my way.
we have a motorcycle club. Club is called Royal Riders Manipur. We go to travel to the different remote villages, okay, and then we helping the peoples to the free medical camp, and then tree plantations, and then give distributions to the free distribution to the orphan children, like that.
In Imphal, capital of the state of Manipur, the motorcycle man Momocha Leshram is well known. Momo is a drummer and the leader of a band called Ex-Cannibals. He also organizes events to promote other musicians, especially those from remote villages. But perhaps he's best known in the region for just being a good man with a strong social conscience.
We need a peace. We like a peace. We like a peace. So we have to love each other first. And the peace will be different, automatically will become. And then when the peace is here, development will fast. I have learned lots from our tradition in drumming. In our tradition drumming, we have different kinds of drumming. All the ragas, everything will be started from the drum player. In the traditional way, we have to control our body, or movement of the body, and then step. Everything is there in our traditional drumming.
Manipur is one of the states worst hit by armed insurgency. This has dampened the fervour of many musicians, but not in the case of Vivek Sharma and his wife Sunita Rajkumari. Vivek now holds a government job, but he and Sunita continue to work together on their music.
When I play guitar, something has come up to my mind, and I asked her to write lyrics.
We have known each other since childhood, and Rock and Roll Dream it's not just an album, it's a dream. So.
Song goes like this. Every day my sun rises from you. Every day my sun sets in you. Whenever I am sad and blue. Whenever I see the sad and blue.
This is how he must be feeling for me, and I wrote it. I don't know if he feel or not, but
If after 5, 7, 10 years he says, I want to become a full-time musician, what would you say to him?
Yeah, I'll just say go ahead. Because you guys also have come here just today. But during that time, nobody came here, and we had a very hard time.
that thing that was prevailing in Manipur, that thing just sweeps in, and that stopped the killing happen. It just took around 10 to 15 minutes to write that song. Stop the killing.
Hey, people of this land, we are children of one hand. People dying every day. Stop this killing anyway. There are bloodsheds everywhere. One die here, one there.
It's a reality. You see a killing. Even anytime you go out of this house, you will see a crematory happening there, or some crying happening there. It's going to happen. But at least when we are with music, let's be happy or make some other people happy.
Hey, leader of this land,
Can anyone be a real man? Can anyone bring a new change? The best land in the true essence. Let everybody have the right to choose, with nothing but the bad to lose.
R.G. Lingdo has played in well-known bands, including the band Mojo. So when he became Home Minister of Meghalaya, he used music to break long-established patterns of behavior.
Music was used as a vehicle to break the Band culture. Prior to 2003, every national holiday was celebrated with a Band. Militants would call the Band. We had a whole generation of young kids who never knew what celebrating Republic Day and Independence Day was all about. Now in 2003, in my effort to change things, we thought the best way is to get the kids to come out of the houses. So we brought a band called Aphrodisiac from Australia. And we had a crowd of about 15,000 people at that celebration. And that was when the Band culture went out the window. If we can provide a platform for the musicians of the Northeast, then the rest of the country too will see that people of the Northeast are not what they thought. Here we don't go around headhunting. We don't go around beating up people who come from outside. It's not all about drugs. It's not all about HIV. There's so many positive things that we have here in the Northeast.
Karen Donahue is a guitarist who is part of an all-woman band called Afflatus. The band members are now studying in different cities, but Karen is determined not to let that come in the way of their musical career.
I just think because I like music so much, to have the power to actually create music with an instrument, and do it yourself was, to me as a child was like, oh, I can play the guitar. That was what I wanted to do. So that was the motivation behind wanting to play the guitar. Right now, the originals that we're working on are sort of, some songs are funky, some songs have a little bit of a blues tinge to it. Some are pure rock and roll, some will be heavy, some are planning to do some acoustic as well.
Walking down the street, I think I saw flowers. I don't need to be high, I got natural powers. And it's so, so good to be free.
We write for the youth, stuff like there's a song like Flow, the one that you're listening to, is a very positive song about, letting go of everything and letting music, flow in you and, chill,
I don't really care if my jeans are torn. Just counting my blessings, I'm glad I was born. I was born, the world is a lie.
Album is in the pipeline. That is the immediate next step. There's actually a new market. This market is emerging for people who have something to say, original, and this is a recent development.
The fact that the spotlight has once again been focused on the musicians of the Northeast is in large measure thanks to Soulmate. This band has made a mark all over India and has even played his blues compositions in the birthplace of the blues, Memphis. In one sense, Soulmate is laying out road markers for all the other musicians of the region.
There's just one thing, baby, one thing I have to tell you.
We've been to the States, we've been to Memphis for the International Blues Challenge, the first band ever in the history of India.
See my baby, please tell him to come home. If you see my baby, tell him to please come down.
The music has taken me places. It's made me the person I am. I got to feel something really deeply to write about it. I cannot just, okay, someone says, remember when we did the AIDS, I See a Light? There was this young brother and sister, about 5 or 6 years old, and their parents died of AIDS. And there was only one kid who went and decided to sit with them. They were put in another classroom away from the rest. Parents didn't stopped sending their children to school, I mean, it was such a shame. I mean, I felt really bad. I felt really hurt to think that human beings could be so ignorant. I write songs and we sing songs that make people happy. I think that's what we're all about. We sing the blues, but it's like happy blues.
Young musicians from northeastern India are often uncertain about being able to make a career in music, but their talent is remarkable. Increasingly, bands are moving away from cover versions of songs by Western artists and are creating their own sound. They sing in English and they sing in their own languages, and the audiences love all of it.
The art cannot survive our life. That's why many people, before they are married, they are single life, they are depending on the family, at times they play music. After getting married, totally drop it because they cannot survive.
Everyone in the Northeast, all the musicians, they want to be a 100% professional musician, but we didn't have exposure.
In the end, it's not talent alone that ensures success. It's also a matter of drive and appetite for risk. People like Momo Lesham and Keith Walang are trying hard to open up avenues and create an environment that will make it possible for others to succeed. Music hasn't yet reached the status of an industry here, but with greater exposure and wider reach, it is certainly gathering momentum.
It's a matter of us to do something. There's no point waiting for God to come down and save us, I think. We have to make the effort, and I think if in any job you do, you make the effort, rewards are there, no matter whatever it is. It's a matter of going for it, and you'll succeed for sure.
Are we ready to break the world record? Are we ready? Okay. Play with all your heart and concentrate on your strumming and play with all your heart. Okay? So here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. It's like I'm knocking on heaven's door.
To announce that the earlier count, meaning the previous record, was 1721, and today we've clocked 1730 with one. Congratulations to all of you, and I think we've made it yet again. Shillong is on the international map. Let's have some music now.
beautiful. You're a child of the sun. Oh, most beautiful. You're so beautiful. Always beautiful. You're a child of the sun.